everyone, welcome to Presh Forex Academy. So today I'm going to be taking you guys on introduction to Forex. We're going to treat introduction, what is Forex, what is traded in Forex, who is a Forex broker, terminologies used in Forex, forms of trading, trading styles, and synthetic indices. All right, I'm going to make it very explanatory because this is like a beginner's course, all right? So you don't need to have any mere knowledge. I just want to introduce you to what Forex is, not like I'm teaching you anything. So you just have an idea of what Forex is, yeah? So Forex is, we do basically just two things in Forex, buying and selling, right? Trust me, I'm sure you must have done Forex in one way or the other. If you've changed currency, if you've changed, let's say, dollars to naira or pounds to euro or whatever, trust me, that's Forex. But now you're trying to do Forex in a digital way, right? So Forex is a global financial market that allows us to trade currencies, stock, commodities, synthetic indices, and so on, right? When you go to a marketplace, what do? You're going to a marketplace to do just two things, buying and selling. So same thing applies here. You're either buying or selling, but before you buy or sell, you need to know the right time to buy and the right time to sell. Because if you buy, let's say for example, you buy from this point, let's say you buy from this point. Hold on guys. Okay, let's say you buy from this point. The market is currently here. Let's say you buy from this point and the market is going in your favor. You obviously bought because you feel like the market would go up, right? If you buy from that point and the market is going in your favor, in your predicted direction, you're making money. You're making money because the market is going in your predicted direction, yeah? But if you buy from this point here, and the market is going against you, in that note, you're losing money because your prediction was a buy, but unfortunately, the market is selling. So that means the market is going against you. That means you're losing money, right? Same thing applies here. If, for example, you take your trade from this point, and you took a sell. You took a sell because you felt like the market would sell, the market would drop, right? Now, if the market is going in your favor, selling in your favor, going down, right? You're making money. Why? Because your prediction was a sell and the market is selling, yeah? So same thing applies here. If the market is going against you, don't forget you took a sell, and if the market is going against you, in that note, you're losing money because your prediction was a sell. Now, what is your best bet in Forex? Your best bet in Forex is to learn how to do proper analysis. So you know the right time to buy and the right time to sell, yeah? Now, let me give you guys a scenario. It's just like weather forecasters, for example. How do they predict the weather? They use their tools, then from their analysis, they come up with a concluded report, right? If I tell you it's gonna rain tomorrow, if it rains, trust me, I was just lucky, right? Why am I lucky? Because it's not my field. But if a weather forecaster tells you, that's why you will never see it will rain tomorrow or it must rain tomorrow. What do you see? It might, because nothing is 100%, right? But they have high chance, they have high probability because that's their field. So they're not just telling you blindly. They must have done their analysis, and from their analysis, they are coming up with a concluded report that the market would, that the weather would either be cloudy, sunny, rainy, or whatsoever. That's their field, right? Now, imagine a weather forecaster telling me to go buy GBP USD. Come on, even if the market goes up, we were just guessing because that's not his field, right? But as a forex trader, before you give a buy or sell signal, right, you must have done your analysis. Then from your analysis, you are coming up with a concluded report. Because from your analysis, the market will tell you if it's going to buy or sell, right? It's just like you want to make stew, for example. You go to your kitchen, you check if you have tomato, onion, pepper, and the rest. That's you doing your analysis, right? So after you must have done with your analysis, what do? Let's assume you have tomato, you don't have pepper, you don't have salt, you don't have Maggi. Now you've done your analysis, you know what you want to go buy at the market. What do? You go to the market, you buy what you need. That's after you must have done your analysis, right? So same thing applies in the Forex world. What do? You do your analysis, then from your analysis, you can now take your buy or sell trade. Don't forget, if you buy and the market is going against you, you're losing money. If you buy and the market is going in your favor, you're making money. If you sell and the market is going in your favor, you're making money. If you sell and the market is going against you, you're losing money. So now, what do you need to do? You need to learn how to do proper analysis, right? The goal is to learn, then you earn, right? And you guys should understand that Forex is not a Ponzi scheme. Trust me, if you have that Ponzi scheme mindset, you wouldn't grow in the Forex space, right? Because you're taking Forex as a game or something, right? If you take trading as a business, you'll be profitable so fast. But if you take trading is not sporty bet though. I know you guys say they look alike, but trust me, yeah, that's the way you see it, right? So don't come into Forex with the mindset that you want to come pack all the money in the market. Nah, learn, focus on learning, then definitely you must earn. So in simple terms, Forex is coined from the word foreign exchange. Like I said earlier, Forex is a global financial market that allows us to trade currencies, stocks, commodities, synthetic indices, and so on. Yeah. So Forex is actually the largest financial market in the world. Yeah, it used to be $6.6 trillion traded daily in the Forex market, but currently I think it's about 7.3. Yeah, imagine $7.3 trillion traded daily. I'm not saying weekly, not monthly, not yearly, daily in the Forex market. So why not just go there? Make your own money. You cannot make everything, I'm sorry. So in this field, the sky is big enough, right? There's nothing like I don't want to teach this person everything, so you will not make more money than I do. Like whatever Mr. A is making would never affect what Mr. B is making, right? Basically, like I said earlier, what is traded in Forex? Currencies, stock, crypto, synthetic indices, commodities, and so on. Right? We don't trade rice and beans in Forex, so we don't trade pepper. This is not a marketplace. In as much as it's called Forex market, it is not a marketplace, but it's actually a marketplace. All right. Now, let's talk about brokers. I'm sure you cannot just download an app right now, a bank app right now, and start using them. Why? Because you're not registered with that bank, right? Let me use myself for an instance here. I use UBA, but I don't use Zenith. I can actually download Zenith Bank from my app store. Yeah. The question is, can I use it? No, I cannot, because I'm not a registered user. So what do I need to do? I need to go to the bank, right? Register with them. They give me access to my app. Then I can now transact. I can now make transfers, send money to my friends, do whatsoever, buy airtime and the rest, yeah? So now, in the Forex world, obviously you can download MT5 and MT4, right? But you cannot just start trading. You need brokers. Now, who are brokers? Brokers are firms that gives us access to the Forex market. That is, without these brokers, I'm not sure most of us will be trading Forex, because you need huge amount of money to trade Forex, right? But these brokers, they give you leverage. I don't know if that makes sense, right? So with them, even if you found $100, does not mean you are trading with $100, because they've given you leverage. I don't know if that makes sense, guys. Yeah. So brokers are firms that gives us access to the Forex market. Same scenario I gave you, right? So let's assume you now go to Zenith Bank, you register with them, they give you your login to the app. What do you need to do? You go to your app store, you download the app, you log in with the details that was given to you at Zenith Bank, right? Same thing applies here. Where do you take your trades? You take your trades at what platform? MT4 or MT5. But when you download MT4 or MT5, you cannot just start trading. Why? Because you're not registered with a broker. Back at it again, who are brokers? Brokers are firms that gives us access to the foreign market. So obviously, brokers are just like your banks in the Forex world. Do you understand? Same way you can decide to bank with UBA, GT, Access, and the rest, right? In the Forex world, we have brokers. We call them brokers. They're like your banks. So while choosing brokers, you also have to be careful. Yeah. Same way I don't want to call names, but same way you also choose to bank with whoever you want to bank with, right? Because you feel like they're reliable, you feel like you trust them and all of that, yeah? So same thing applies here. When you're choosing a broker, you have to make sure that the broker is reliable, because trust me, I'm sure you don't want to lose your money. So let's move to terminologies used in Forex, yeah? So if a worry person speaks now, trust me, without being told, I'm sure you should not. This person is from Worry. Why? From their accent, right? If a UK person speaks now, I'm sure you understand, this person is from UK. Why? Because of their accent. Do you understand? So in the Forex world, we have terminologies used in Forex. If you're passing somewhere and you hear a Forex trader speak, without being told, you know that, oh, for this person to have said this person is actually a Forex trader. Are you with me? Right? So now let me give you guys terminologies that we use in Forex. To go long simply means to buy. I could simply just say buy GBP USD or buy NAS 100 or whatever, yeah? Or if I want to use the Forex term, I would just say long GBP USD. So let's assume you're not a Forex trader and you're just saying long this, long that. You'll be like, what are they talking about, right? But if you're not a Forex trader and you hear someone say buy GBP USD, even if you don't know how to do it, you obviously know they're talking about buying something, right? So they're just like terminologies using for like Forex terms. Do you get? So now the first one, like I said earlier, to go long means to buy. So if I tell you long GBP USD, I'm simply just saying buy GBP USD, right? So the second one, to go short, simply means to sell. So if I tell you short volatility 25, I'm simply just saying sell volatility 25. I'm only just using the Forex terms. Are you with me? So now bulls, the third one, bulls are referred to as buyers. Do you guys know how the bull animal, if a bull animal wants to attack you, how does the bull animal attack you? It uses its horn and picks you up, right? That's how it attacks you. So that's where the word bull was coined from, right? So bulls are referred to as buyers. Bears, the fourth one, bears. Bears are referred to as sellers, right? So when you say, let's say for example, you say the bears are taking over, I'm simply just saying the sellers are taking over. I'm just only trying to use the Forex terms. Are you with me? So if a trader tells you, oh, I just checked the market, trust me, the bulls are taking over. They're simply just saying buyers are taking over. Oh, I just checked the market and I feel like the bears are taking over. They're simply just saying sellers are taking over. If a bear animal wants to attack you, how does it attack you? It uses its horn and pins you to the ground. Obviously, that's where the word bears was coming from. So that's why bears are referred to as sellers. Because when you say the market is selling, obviously the market is going down. A bear animal will pin you to the ground. A bull animal will do what? Pick you up, right? So the fifth one, bullish market. Bullish market simply just means market that is going up. The sixth one, bearish market. Bearish market simply just means market that is going downwards. Nothing serious. So if you, I'm just checking the market today. I checked volatility 100, and trust me, the market looks bullish. I'm obviously just saying the market is buying, the market is going upwards. Nothing serious. So look at this, yeah? So now let's go over it again. To go long means to buy. To go short means to sell, right? So if a trader tells you that he went long on a commodity, it meant that he bought a commodity, right? If a trader tells you that they short a commodity, it obviously means that they sold the pair, right? So now the bullish market simply just means market that is going up. Bearish market that is going downwards, yeah? So when someone tells you that the currency pair or a commodity is bullish, it's telling you that it's going up. Why one that is bearish is going down? Like I said earlier, bulls are referred to as buyers. Bears, the sellers, are referred to as bears. Nothing serious. They're just what? Forex terms. Yeah. In Forex, where do you take your trades? You take your trades at what platform? MT5 or MT4. That is where you take your trades. That is where you do your what? Buying and selling. Now, will you just open your MT5 and start buying and selling? No. Why? Because you need to do your analysis. Now, the question is, where do you do analysis? You do your analysis for synthetic indices, you do your analysis at tradingview.deriv.com or tradingview.binary.com to take you to the same site. Yeah. Then for currency pairs, you do your analysis at tradingview.com, right? So by the time you open your charts, you do your analysis. And now the analysis we're talking about, it's not a one-day thingy. If you like this content, follow for more updates and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Cheers. See you guys later.